I've pretty much wrapped up the drawings for this. We now know that this didn't really look like this, and I'm just going to run through a series of photographs that outline a few of the things I ran into to be aware of, etc. So first we had the existing kind of conditions here. And then in looking to capture what kind of space we can capture up there, we're really going to be limited some by the headroom clearance in this stairwell, which has to be 6'8" minimum. But and if we go 6'8", you can end up with an interior area that comes over there in that little nook of 4'8" wide. That's code, 6'8", and I have pulled that back so we're closer to 6'10" clearance through there. But I actually came back to this after I'd drawn the construction drawings because I wasn't positive about the location of these stairs. I am positive about the location of this here, and there might be an inch or two wrong here. But at the top of these stairs, I know that that's correct. This 3'3.5" is to the wall, so this is where the new wall is going to be coming in. I don't know if that's a full 50 inches from the face of those newel posts to the edge of this nosing. But if it's not, I was curious whether that was going to have a big impact on how wide we're able to make this bit up here, which ends up 4'4.5" or so inside, or 4'4" inside. And so I did do a quick little thing where I pulled that back where hypothetically that stair nose is only at 3'9", 45 inches instead of the 50 that I'm showing it at, and that pulls the angle of that stairs back some, but I don't see how that would interface right here. So I think I'm more or less correct. But even if I were not, and it somehow was put together this way here, it doesn't really change things that significantly at our clearance in that space. And the blue line is the new clearance line, the new 6'10" clearance line, and you could see that it adds, maybe a couple inches to the width of that room up there. So I don't think that's significant. It can be double checked, but I don't think it's something to worry about. When you construct it, you can do your own line here and build this to the max if you like, as long as you have 6'8", although I'm recommending 6'10" for that clearance. I ran into a few other things that I think I'll stumble them on. Okay, one of the things I ran into was this whole house fan up here. It looks to me like that overlaps this wall here, and you wouldn't want it just inside the office anyway. So I have put a note, and these are the construction drawings, how they are right now on the second floor. I've put a note with regard to that whole house fan that has to get moved either here, presumably, or here. These are trusses at 2 foot on center. I'm assuming that's between two of them. So you wouldn't be able to get it centered over these stairs, I don't believe. I don't have this exact location pegged, so somebody will have to go out there and double check that. But you can see where the new wall comes in, so that's going to have to be reviewed, and I don't know what's happening up in the attic either on what will be possible, but it will have to be reviewed. Additionally, you'll need this grab bar here, and they want that 1.5 inches in diameter. No way around that apparently. Most of these typical bathroom grab bars are 1.5 inches in diameter. Some are a little smaller, but they do insist that this bar has to be 1.5 inches tall. So that's just going to be a standard grab bar of some length, and you will just have to make sure that those two escutcheons are going to go on either side of this, and chances are there's no wood in that area that's right beside there. So you might have some opening that wall up and putting some subframe in to fasten this too. Now I'm showing this really wide, 51 inches out to out, and these things come basically in 6-inch increments. So if it's 51 out to out, inside to inside, it's going to be around 45. So somebody has to double check and see what the width of that out to out casing is, so that you know what kind of bar is going to fit in there. I mean, this is the easiest way to do it, just buying one of those grab bars. Now there's a few other things, and this is how the first floor shapes up in terms of the framing that you'll have to do for this project, where you're going to have to field verify that there's a double 2x10 coming across here, which that's what I'm assuming, but they might only have one across there. I don't know. But that ought to be field verified. The new people will want that to be doubled. And then I just have a double beam running this way and a double beam running this way, and those are suspended. This ledger and this end joist here and whatever's here, those will have to be, that drywall will have to be removed, and those will have to be against the framing. And you may have to make some considerations that that framing is solid behind that new ledger. This last beam here, beam 1C, that can either suspend on this band joist, which I'm assuming this is how this is put together here, or it can bear on that wall. I'm not sure how they put that together. And there's that grab bar. It does line up with the, I mean, according to this drawing, it lines up with those crossbars. And I'm pretty sure that I have this windows correct. I'm not positive, and I ran through a whole series of photos with regard to this, which we'll run into here in a minute. This then is how this looks once this is closed in here. This is the, I guess, yeah, this is the door into the office here, and this is the stairwell down with that put together as I've drawn it. So going from this to that. So you'll have to also consider that they're going to want illumination in here, so either a chandelier coming down. Some people actually slope this ceiling, but I don't show it that way. I just show it going all the way up, and then, but you will have to have a chandelier or some sort of illumination lighting that stairwell now. And from over this, that door into your office can go there or there. I think I'm showing it that way in the plans. I'm showing it that way in the plans. But this window, I'm not positive about its height. I took the measurements out there on its height, and I'm fairly confident. But there is somebody that's 6 foot tall, and he's going to be, up in front of this, kind of like an old statue in an arch when you're standing up there. But there's no way around that, and I wasn't positive that I put that completely together right. But those are the dimensions that I took. And I don't think it impacts anything really, but it was just something I wanted to mention. Yeah, these ones on the left, that is the dimensions I took while I was out there. I'm not sure, as I said earlier, about the width of this. But I don't think you're going to change any of the windows up here anyhow. I think this is just going to stay as it is. So I didn't bother even, getting into designing anything with regard to that from the outside. And then this is your inside, the new inside versus the old inside, which isn't too bad really. Everything is so open back in through here anyway that I don't think that's that big of a deal. And I think that arrives us at the end of this little review. Yes. So thanks very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to telephone me or email me or whatever.